If you're thinking about making a move to Arden near Wellington, Florida, then you need to watch this video beforehand. I'm a local realtor who's lived in the community myself for about 7 years, and today I'm going to talk about five of the worst things that I hear all the time, which may not be a deal breaker for you, right? It might be for some, it's not for me, and it's also not for a lot of people who live here. But I'm going to go over those five things that I hear a lot from people who are relocating to the area, just looking, or even people who just live here. And like I said, might not be a deal breaker for you, but these are the things that you should know. All right, let's start with the biggest one. The biggest one here is location. We are about 15 to 20 minutes away from everything. Your nearest grocery store, Target, Trader Joe's, if you want to get your nails done. So for some people, they don't want to deal with the hassle. They like to be right in the center of things. They like to be able to walk to different restaurants and such. So the thing about Arden that I get a lot is the location. We're about 45 minutes from Fort Lauderdale Airport. I'd say 35 minutes from Palm Beach International Airport. Grocery stores tend to be about 15 to 20 minutes away. We do have like a Publix and Aldi that's about 10 minutes, which isn't too bad. We do have a local elementary school right in our neighborhood that you can bike and walk to, so that's very convenient. The school that you're zoned for middle school and high school is about, one's about maybe 10 to 15, the other one's maybe about 15 minutes away. So when it comes to those things, that's one pushback that I hear a lot from people that are looking to move to the area or who already live here. Now, if that's not a big deal to you, because honestly, it's not a big deal to me, I don't mind driving 15 to 20 minutes to get to, let's say, to the gym or to get my nails done. Um, because I personally prefer to live on the outskirts of the hustle and bustle and be in a much quieter area and go into town for those types of things. All right, the next one is traffic. So there's only one way out of Arden, which is very common in a lot of master plan communities in this area. And the one way out can be busy sometimes, depending on if it's school hours, like during school drop-off time. You just need to plan for an extra maybe 5 minutes or so because things can sometimes get busy with kids crossing the road and crossing guards and that sort of thing. And also Southern Boulevard, which is the main road that you take to pretty much get to anywhere during peak hours. There could be a little bit of traffic during those times as well. Not too bad. I've never sat in bumper to bumper traffic unless there was like a major accident. But the traffic isn't ever terrible. But it does get a little busier during rush hour, just like any other neighborhood. All right. All right. The third thing that I hear a lot as a complaint, that some people might not like is because that we are a new construction community, we still tend to have homes that are under construction around here. So where I live in the neighborhood, I don't have any nearby construction. But when I did first move in, there were all the homes around me were under construction. So if you're in an area that you just purchased, right now, there aren't any single family homes being built. It's just villas. But if you are in that area, you could be dealing with some extra noise during the week, dust from the construction, or even noise, that sort of stuff. Sometimes there's some extra trash, or your street can get a little congested, but that right now is just focused on a very small area of the neighborhood because for the most part, the community is pretty much developed. All right, let's talk about the fourth thing. The fourth thing that you want to take into consideration if you're thinking of moving into Arden is the HOA fees. So we pay about $308 a month in HOA fees. And with that comes certain rules and restrictions, just like if you were to live in any other community with an HOA. So we do have different rules about, you need to get approval for the color you want to paint your home, the different color mulch that you might want to put in your front or backyard. They have different rules like putting a basketball hoop in your driveway. So, a lot of times, if you're thinking of doing some type of renovation, you are going to have to get approval for that. But for the most part, with that $300 HOA fee, you're also getting to enjoy a lot of the beautiful amenities that come with it, such like the tennis courts, pickleball courts, the beautiful pool that we have here, all of the different events that we put on. We also have a dog park and skate park and a beautiful lake with a trail that during Thanksgiving I host a turkey trot around. So there comes pros and cons with being part of an HOA. Yes, you do have to follow certain guidelines and rules, but you're also getting to enjoy a lot of the different amenities that we have.